Hello YouTube fans, here again. And I figure why not talk about this one. It's not exactly porn, it's more of a what's it. And it's taken up a book. Just like the man myself was taken up a book. This was also taken up a book. Very popular what's it book. Roma started all the what's it books off. And for people wondering what the fuck I'm on about Lady. Lady Chatterley's Lover. That's right, Lady Chatterley's Lover, starring the late Sylvia Tistel. This was the first, you could say, the first movie version. Now, Lady Chatterley's lovely. If you're going into it for one bang thank you, man, just like the book, you're going to be disappointed. If you want to see what more one bang thank you, man, going to the early 90s when they did the TV version of Lady Chatterley's Lover, which originally just called Lady Chatterley. This, on the other hand, is one of these. Is it more faithful to the book or not? And in all fairness, there've been so many different versions of Lady Chatterley's Lover, I've lost count, and none of them has been as faithful to the book. I don't know what to do, a diggity D, whatever they say, none of them has been faithful to the book because, as we all know, in the olden times, the book was a bestseller under the Charter. And what do I mean by that? It was banned. We all know that Lady Chatterley's Lover, the book, was banned. But it was best selling, and it was under the Charter. Everybody had a copy of it, everybody had it hidden away, whether it's in the toilet, whether it's in the garden shed, whether it's under the bed, whether it's in a cupboard somewhere. Everybody had maybe a copy of Lady Chatterley's Lover. So let's go on with the bladding film. So in 1981, they decided to do the first theatrical release of Lady Chatterley's Lover. And at the time, Sylvia Tistel was popular, she did the Man Myself films, she did the other What It films, she wasn't shy at stripping off, so they felt she'd be date for the role. And it's based on the olden times. She gets married, and you show. Not sure if it's World War One or World War Two. Could be World War one or the other. And her husband's at war, and he hits a landmine or a bomb or something, and it causes him to end up paralysed. But I say half paralysed because in this version, halfway through the film, he manages to walk. Where I think on the one that was in the early 90s, he was paralysed, and probably in other versions, he was paralysed. Whatever. So he's half paralysed, let's just say, right, to cut the story short. And they get a woodsman, one of them that owns like a gatekeeper who works there, and so on. And at first, so let's put my pain up. Later Saturday, man myself. Later Saturday decides to visit the woodsman and everything, and she sees him stripping off. He's having a loss. He's in the nud. You see everything, and let's say she gets aroused by it. There's a bit where she's naked. She puts a blanket on her face, a bit kinky, and she's sort of like getting, let's just say she's having a bit of fun, imagining him seeing him naked, right? To make it mild. And you got the idea she fancies the gatekeeper, just like in the movie version. And so this bit's what was stabbed from the book. And the reason why I say it's stabbed from the book, there's no way they could use everything what was in the book version of Lady Chatterley's Lover. It was just too strong, it was too dirty. That's why I never bought, no matter what version of Lady Chatterley's Lover is out there, none of it has been as faithful to the book because the book was just too warranty. But they try and make it as faithful as the bits they do. So she meets the gatekeeper on the way. At first, he's getting all emotional. He puts his arm under the comfort. He taps her tit, and then she runs out. And then halfway through the film again, he touches her up again. There's a bit of wham bang thank you man, and then basically it's just lust. It's lust. So every 2 minutes she's coming in, she's having wham bang thank you man. And you can understand why. The husband's a dick. He's treating her like fucking shit. There's a bit where they're on a branch up a tea, Again, a bit of Wham Bang Thank You Man. I like the way Elwyn Lady Tatty's love for it. I make it look all innocent. You got this really nice softy music in the background when you got a Wham Bang Thank You Man. And again, there's a bit where they're having it away in the bedroom. You think the husband's going to tax them, but he doesn't. There's a bit where she's naked and the gatekeeper's putting flowers on top of her naked, which the does was in the book. In the book, it was a hell of a lot stronger. In this, to try and make it look natural and pretty. And again, the husband's a dick. He sees people who are poaching. He gets the gatekeeper to beat them up. There's a bit where he's in a wheelchair and he on purpose he puts the brakes on it and gets the gatekeeper to push him. Really, getting really over to work when there was no work there. And Lady Saturday spots it and knows what the husband's doing. She knows he's a dick. But halfway through the film, like I say, there's the bit where the husband can be able to walk. He can now walk. He's got these sort of like sticks and he can walk. But you can see that there's no love between her and her. And I think halfway through the film, the husband discovers that she's been having it away with the gatekeeper. But she goes off. If I remember rightly, she meets her sister, which does has been that lot of reversion. So Silver Tistel as Lady Tatty meets the sister. She's talking about leaving her husband and so on. It's got drags a bit, and there's a bit where you got the idea she's pregnant to the gatekeeper. There's a bit where it becomes like a love story more than a Wham Bang Thank You Man. But then halfway through the film, she finds out that the husband sacked him. He's now in the Joel mind. Like my friend says, he's in the Joel mind, so she fucks her husband off. She meets him, they wrap their arms around one another. End of movie. You got that sloppy, dewy music again. And that's it, really. There's some bonking in it. There's bits where Silver Tistel's naked, just like in the Man Myself films. But to me, I felt it was more like what would happen if John with the Wind was given an X-rated. I felt it was more like Dias or Dynasty if he gave it an 18 rating. That's what it felt like. It felt like an episode of Dias or an episode of Dynasty or an episode of Fountain Tess if you slap an 18 on it, but try and disguise its 18 by making it sound more natural and more beautiful. When a woman's naked, you've got flowers all over her. You try to make it look pretty and artistic. I know, it's a different era and it's a different time. If I want to see a lot more bonking, I watch Lung Late Saturday, what come out in the late 70s. I'll go into 1985 and watch Lung Late Saturday 2, but was a follow-up to Long Late Saturday. To me, whether it's faithful to the book or not is a different story. I like Silver Tistel, though. She does do a good performance in this. Yeah, it's another excuse to see her in the nud, but I just feel she does a good performance. Is it a date film? I'll give it a 2-star. I'll be kind. I'll give it an average 2-star rating. Other than that, it's Lady Saturday's love for Into Then. Be smart, be safe, and I'll see you later.